call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Sam Patterson is 29 years old, 6'3", with a 78-inch reach, 13-2-1 in his career, taking on Trey Waters, who is 30 years old, 6'5", with a 77-inch reach and 9-1 in his career. So Trey Waters is going to be a year older, going to be 2 inches taller, but giving up 1 inch in reach. This should be a good fight between these two guys. They're usually the taller, longer guys in their fights, so that's going to be pretty much nullified going into this one. So interesting to see how this one plays out. But Sam Patterson, jiu-jitsu black belt, very good on the ground, a lot of finishing potential there. Started training martial arts at the age of like 13, I think it was. Very technical striker, can be hit at times. We saw that in his fight against Yanal Ashmouz, got hit and put out pretty early in that fight. So kind of leans back to avoid strikes, leaves his head on the center lines at times, and keeps his chin up in the air. So that is concerning going into this one with Trey Waters, who good striker, you know, hands low, long teep kicks up the middle, uses his range and his length very well to land long punches at range. Has good defense, you know, good head movement, rolls with punches very well, leaning back in kind of the same way that Sam Patterson does, but counters well, moving backward, cuts angles, uses his footwork to kind of move out of damage, and just very calm under pressure. You know, he's got that reach advantage most of the time, able to kind of maintain that distance away from his opponents and engage in the pocket on his terms. So he does have power. You know, he can put some nasty combos out there. We saw that in the Billy Ray Goff fight where he really bit down and, you know, put some pretty hard punches out there on him. So very heavy on his lead leg. He kind of likes to lean forward on the lead leg, keep his chin out there to kind of entice guys to attack, and then he's looking to counter as they come in. So long dude, doesn't check leg kicks very well, so I think that's something that can be taken advantage of in this one. But I'm gonna go with Sam Patterson. You know, Trey Waters, I feel like he's used to having that reach advantage and being able to implement his game plan that way, fighting the shorter guys. And in this one, I think he's coming up against a more technical, more proficient striker who's going to have the reach advantage in this one. You know, normally guys have to make pretty big movements to get in on Trey Waters, get in close into the pocket to reach him, and it just gives him a lot of time to kind of see the punch coming and to counter. So he won't have that in this one against, in my opinion, a better striker. We've seen Trey Waters tap pretty quickly to a Von Flue choke against Gabriel Bonfim, which just tells me that his grappling is just not on the level of Sam Patterson, who is a very good jiu-jitsu fighter, very good black belt, demonstrated black belt, 7 submission wins in his career. Patterson, I think he has the better experience, fought the better competition over in the Fury promotion, has the lighter man skill, you can say, fighting at lightweight earlier in his career. I just think he'll be able to take Waters' strikes and dish him back out. He was taking some shots from Danny Borralho, who's got tons of power, and he was able to kind of eat those and land the counter in their fight. So Trey Waters hasn't fought in like 15 months, I don't think. Sam just fought back in March. He's got on a 3-fight finishing streak right now, two submissions, 1 knockout. Was on a really good streak before he went into Yanal Ashmouz, kind of got fraud checked in his UFC debut, but since then, you know, he's shown a lot of skill, and I just think in terms of everything being even, which it is in this fight, in terms of physical attributes, I think he's just much better, more well-rounded. I think he's the crispier striker, has the advantage if it goes to the ground. So I'm gonna go Sam Patterson to get this one done. I think he can get the finish. Thanks.